Moments with God, a time of reflection for every day.
April 10th. Improper associations. O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly, mine honor, be not thou united. For in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they digged down a wall. Genesis 49:6.
How could the patriarch Jacob forget that two of his sons had committed atrocious acts against the inhabitants of Shechem? How could he forget the scenes where, armed with swords, they entered the city to plunder it, even though the inhabitants had trusted them and were vulnerable due to the physical pain of having been circumcised? How could he forget that, with cunning, they feigned friendship and then killed every man in the city? These were abominable things in which the elderly father had no part, nor did he share the behavior of his sons, no matter how serious the crime his beloved daughter had been the victim of. Then, in his final hours of life, when calling his sons to speak to them, he recalled these things about his sons Simeon and Levi, and said, "My soul did not enter their counsel, nor did his spirit join in their company." He clearly sanctioned his son's conduct, did not approve of vengeful behavior, and was not inclined to share in the project where men remove God from their lives. Many centuries later, already in the New Testament era, the Apostle Paul echoes this warning, saying, "Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness." He again mentioned this warning, saying, "Evil company corrupts good morals." There is a huge gulf between the worldly man and the one who faithfully serves God. Their thoughts, sympathies, and feelings are not in harmony regarding the most important issues: God, truth, and eternity. One of these classes is ripening like wheat for God's barn, and the other like tares for the fires of destruction. How can there be unity of purpose or action between them? Do you not know that friendship with the world is enmity with God? Whoever therefore wants to be a friend of the world is an enemy of God. We run the risk of losing ourselves by associating with those who do not love God. We associate in feasts, banquets, pleasures, amusements, business, or other things. The mind of those who do not know God is always materialistic, and they live to satisfy themselves. On the other hand, Christians live to please God. We cannot serve God in such associations. Faith is always diminished, and time to talk about God is overshadowed by other conversations. There is no prayer to begin a project, no thanksgiving to God for blessings, and we grow increasingly distant from the Lord. It is not right to associate with the people of the world to share what they do. That is, to do what does not honor God, but rather to influence and make known the truth of the faith. We cannot approve of their conduct by associating with them and participating in their festivals and councils, where God is not present. Such conduct, instead of benefiting them, will only serve to cast doubt on the reality of our religion. If we acted in this way, we would be false lights, and by our example we would lead souls to ruin. If we do what the world does, we are a light that has lost its brightness, and we give a false message, because they see that Christianity is light, and we influence them to be lost. Therefore, let us be careful that associations with people do not diminish our faith. Amen.
Thank you for listening to this audio. We invite you to share with your contacts and visit the website BibleWell.com.